It is the year 2023. Manchester United want to sign Johnny Evans and Ryan Bertrand. There's Amrabat available for £21 million, refusing to play for Fiorentina and pushing the move. Erik ten Hag has made it clear he wants Amrabat, has gone to the board and begged for Amrabat and a striker signing. But because Luke Shaw is injured, United are now apparently focusing on Ryan Bertrand. Now, guys, people are telling me off for being negative. People are getting annoyed at me for being negative. But Ryan Bertrand hasn't played a game in 612 days and has knee surgery. Alvaro Fernandez is, 20 years of age, was arguably the best young left back in the Championship last season, looked good on pre-season. And Man City, they played Rico Lewis. They gave him a chance. It worked. Why can't we give Alvaro Fernandez a chance? Why can't we give Diego Dalot a chance? And I want to just clarify something, but my negativity isn't towards Ten Hag. My negativity isn't towards the players. This is a video about the Glazers, not even the board. This isn't even Arnold. This isn't even Murta. This is the Glazers. Erik ten Hag wants Amrabat. Murta wants Amrabat. Arnold wants Amrabat. The Glazers don't. The Glazers say we should get Ryan Bertrand. This is on the Glazers and the people very high up making decisions. There's no negativity directed towards the players or Ten Hag in this video, I want to clarify. But we need to talk about Manchester United. We need to talk about what's going on, because no top club in the Premier League will be signing players like Johnny Evans and Ryan Bertrand. And people can say it's a bit part player. Well, how come when Mount and Maino get injured, we don't go out and sign a midfielder? But when Luke Shaw gets injured, even though Malacia is back in 3 weeks, when Luke Shaw gets injured, we want to get Ryan Bertrand that's not played in 2 years. The way I see it is we can wait 3 weeks, Malacia is back. We've got Alvaro Fernandez, who, again, wouldn't you rather play this young, brilliant left back you've signed than Ryan Bertrand that's not played in 2 years? And Diego Dalot can play inverted. Worst case scenario, Lindelof or Martinez could do a shift at left back. Some people were even suggesting Anthony, but just don't want to see that. For me, if Man City play Rico Lewis, would Man City sign Ryan Bertrand or play Rico Lewis? They play Rico Lewis. If we're going to sign a player because a player's injured, shouldn't that be Gravenberch? Okay, Mount's injured. Mount is injured. Okay, Luke Shaw's injured for 2 months. Mount's injured for a month and a half. There's about 4 games between the Mount and Shaw injury. Okay, why don't you sign Ryan Gravenberch on loan to replace Mason Mount? No, but Bertrand. Now, isn't the most reliable sources linking us to Bertrand? It is Stretty News, and I'm hoping that they've just done this for clicks. They've just deliberately linked us to somebody awful for clicks, because apparently we're looking at him because he's a free agent. The problem is we know that Manchester United want to do 3 agent deals. We know United want to do loan deals, but we know United should be doing an Amrabat deal. And I saw this tweet, and this is what inspired the video. Anyone else just exhausted by United? A bit idiotic to think the Glazers think staying is a good idea. First time ever, I'm really seeing the club's failures really weigh down on people to a point of exhaustion and embarrassment. It's like being forced to watch a terrible movie over and over. I expect the club to actively start losing fans going forward, and the younger generation, a lot of them aren't going to choose United as a club. They are killing our club. They're absolutely killing our club. They're killing our fan base. Because I know people that just say, Alice, I'm not interested in watching United at the moment. It's so negative. It's the same problems. People will turn on Ten Hag, but it's not about Ten Hag. It's about this board. It's about the decision making. There's so many young, brilliant talents out there that is the right profile for United, and we actively avoid them. And then we go and do these short-term deals for players that aren't good enough for United. But Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, City have signed Wout Weghorst on loan. No, they would have got a gap over the line and just paid that money and sorted it out. Would any of these top clubs have signed a Ighalo on loan when Haaland was available? No. We've missed out on Moises Caicedo, Julian Alves, Enzo Fernandez, the things I'll be doing to take Ralph Rangnick back. The decision-making at this club isn't good enough. And people will say, oh, it's Ten Hag's Mount. Ten Hag's like chose Mount. Ten Hag chose Mount because he was told he would get another midfielder on top of Mount. The Glazers won't allow that. It's not even Arnold. It's not even Murta. Yes, their decision-making is poor. Arnold and Murta kind of choose who we should buy and sell. But it's the board above. And the replies are right. Just have no energy to keep moaning. The Glazers need to be gone. It makes no sense for the Glazers to stay. It makes absolutely no sense for the Glazers to stay at the way it's going. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And for me, the way I look at it, I don't think the Glazers can stay. Do you think the Glazers are really going to announce that they're staying at the club in this time period? Absolutely not. I think we're in a situation where we need Qatar. And the point of this video is we generally need Qatar to come out and put a 6 billion bid in, and need something from Qatar. Because you know what? When you've got Dalot that can play inverted left back, when you've got Alvaro Fernandez, who was the under-23s player of the year a year and a half ago, who was voted the young player of the year on his Preston season-long loan 22-23, and he can play left back, and you could use those funds to sign Amrabat. Surely we go out there and surely we sign Amrabat, unless I'm missing something. But the point is, we've gone from being linked to Todibo and a midfielder to getting Johnny Evans and potentially Bertrand and a second goalkeeper. You know, we've got Alvaro Fernandez, we've got Delo. We don't need a left back. We need a centre mid. We're buying a left back because the left back's injured, but we're not buying a centre mid because 2 centre mids are injured. And the whole point of this video is it's the people that make decisions. That is the thing, and the negativity is not towards any of the players, it's towards these owners for completely being stupid. I think this is a really good point. This can only be coming from the very top. Erik ten Hag does not seem happy with the transfer business, and there's no way footballing hierarchy is satisfied either. Erik ten Hag is not happy. We know from the Muppeteers, we know from inside sources, Erik ten Hag has gone to the board and he wants Amrabat, and he wants a forward on loan. He doesn't want anyone else. He wants Amrabat. And the thing is, if Amrabat's 60, 70 million, I understand. But Amrabat is 21 million pounds, and we have made 21 million in sales. You know, United can play around all they want, but United have made 21 million in sales and all of that. The footballing structure at United know there's brilliant players out there. They know there's players that fit the team perfectly. You know, we've signed good players like Garnacho, Pelistri, Amrabat, for example. We signed good young players, but there's this invisible force at the top of the club called the Glazers that stop them doing the job. We find the Enzo Fernandezes, we find the Julian Alvarez, but we're not allowed to buy them. We're not allowed to buy Amrabat because the Glazers don't want Amrabat. They want bloody Bertrand, who's not played a game in 2 years. So that, you know, the people at the top, oh, you know, I don't know if I can give you the funds for Amrabat. I don't know if he's good enough, but Bertrand that got relegated, hasn't played in 2 years. Yeah, he'll do. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see resignations within the hierarchy because they are exactly being set up to fail as well. And I think this whole situation is just getting out of hand. We announced Højlund, and then since we've announced Højlund, we've done nothing. We thought McTominay was going to go, we think Maguire was going to go, we've done nothing. We thought we were going to get Todibo, we thought we were going to get Amrabat, we didn't. We've announced Højlund, nothing has happened. City won the treble last year, and they've signed 2-3 good players while our players have got injured. All that's happened in the last 3 weeks is we signed Højlund, we've done nothing, we sold no one but Fred, we sold Fred, we didn't replace Fred when we sold Fred, and we've got players injured as well. You know, Manchester United, you know, just give Alvaro Fernandez a chance. Stop messing around on deals like Bertrand. Molasse is back in a few weeks. I just think the fact that we haven't gone out there and seriously tried to get a deal for Amrabat done is disgraceful. I don't understand it. You know, for me, you know, apparently Man United are pretending they don't need a midfielder and that Ten Hag's happy not signing a midfielder. Samuel Luckgust is doing the Glazers' job for them. We know from inside sources Ten Hag wants Amrabat. The reason Amrabat's training on his own and risking his career at Fiorentina is because United have made it clear we are coming for you. We want you. Man United, Arnold and Murta are trying to get an Amrabat deal done, but the Glazers won't release the funds. The Glazers are saying we don't have the funds for Amrabat, but Arnold and Murta are saying yes, we do, because we've raised 21 million in sales since so-and-so was gone. Ten Hag looked very annoyed in the press conference today. Ten Hag will try and be positive because he's got to. If he does a Ralf Rangnick and calls out the club, he loses his job. If only we had Ralf Rangnick here scouting players. But it's like, we know exactly what Manchester United need. We know the exact profile Man United need, and we don't go out and sign it. And look, I don't think Mason Mount was the profile we need, but Ten Hag did want Mason Mount, and we did that, and that's cool. But Ten Hag wanted Amrabat. Ten Hag wanted Mason Mount, but he also wanted a midfielder to go alongside him. Because the situation we're in is if Casemiro gets injured, McTominay plays in that role, and McTominay's not good enough, he's not wanted by Ten Hag, and he's not a natural 6. If Casemiro gets injured or suspended, Amrabat can play. With more minutes in games, with more games, with the Champions League, we're going to need depth. We won't survive in the Champions League without our lack of depth. Like, people don't understand. Like, if we sign a midfielder, I'll be positive. The thing is, all Man United need to do is either announce the Glazers are going and Qatar are coming in, or sign a midfielder. And I will say this now, a midfield signing for United will make such a difference. We can get by without Shaw. I'm not being negative about Luke Shaw being injured. I generally believe we can get by. It's the midfield that we won't get by with. And I want to share my screen with you quickly, and I want to show you my point. Why I don't get why we're not signing Amrabat. Because people think the season's over after 2 games. And we are being reactionary. And the only reason I'm being reactionary is because I don't trust the Glazers to put the season back on track. If anyone else was in our scenario, any other top Premier League club was in our scenario, they'd be going out and signing players left, right and centre. The season isn't over after 2 games if we sign Amrabat. And this was my point. Just the one signing of Amrabat will make a difference because Højlund will be back from injury soon. So Rashford can play left wing, but Højlund providing a focal point, holding up the ball and making those runs will develop our all-round game. When Maino's back in October, I generally believe he'll complement Casemiro well and improve us. Amma will be back from injury and give Anthony competition. Pelistri can give Anthony competition. Casemiro's been poor. It's not totally his fault. I think if he played with Amrabat or Maino close to him, he'd be better. But if Casemiro is poor and he doesn't pick up, Amrabat can play that role. Now, I believe Casemiro will pick up. He was poor at the beginning of the seasons for Real Madrid. He's a bit like Wayne Rooney. It takes him a couple games to get going. Even when he got that red card, it took him a few games to get going. But Ten Hag's gone to the board. He's demanded a striker/versatile forward, and he's demanded a midfielder. However, the board aren't doing anything. Instead, Ten Hag doesn't really care about the left-back scenario. They're out looking for left-backs. It's like they don't think, they don't learn. My point is, why would Man United want a left-back that hasn't played in 2 years to come in and do a bit-part job for a month and a half, but not go out there and sign a midfielder? Do they not learn? Like, it's the higher-ups, they not learn. It doesn't matter if we sat Ten Hag and got Pep Guardiola, and it doesn't matter if we sat Ten Hag and got De Zerbi, and there'll be idiots saying Ten Hag out. It is the fact that those people at the top don't learn. We've watched Wolves, we've watched Spurs, we know we need a midfielder. Having Amrabat and Maino come back into the midfield will make such a difference, because if the midfield improves, we'll create more chances, we'll have more control, the defence gets more protection, the attack get more of the ball, bish, bash, bosh. Games are won and lost in midfield. Yes, the front three aren't scoring goals. Yes, the front three lack control in games. That's not the end of the world. We created 4 big chances versus Spurs. Højlund's back, fine. Okay, one midfield signing could make such a difference to our season, because it's like we're at a loss. Injury after injury, after negativity after negativity, the Greenwood situation, the takeover situation. But the real truth is, the one signing of Amrabat, people, will make such a difference. And Ten Hag wants Amrabat as well. Amrabat is waiting for United. Romano said Amrabat is still waiting for United. If we don't get Amrabat, it's on the Glazers. So the Glazers have here, do they want to spend 21 million or do they want to keep it? Any negativity is towards the Glazers, not Ten Hag, not the players, the Glazers. Because the way that this club is run, it doesn't matter what manager we have, who we sign. If we sign people without strategy, if we go into every season doing these Johnny Evans, Ryan Bertrand bit-part deals, we will never learn. Never learn. And we don't seem to learn. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. Qatar put in a 6 billion bid now, please. This can't go on. Thank you for watching, and bye.